Hey, what's to it, my man? You dig it? Hey, look, man, you already know what it is. You know what show it is. You know what you tuned into in this mofo around here. We got a fucking topic that's gonna knock your socks off. uh, it ain't funny or nothing like that, but we just gonna see what happens, man, because this one's it's a bit of controversy. Em said off the top she was gonna be a little late tonight, and I knew off the top I was gonna be late. I had practice tonight, um, for my Southside team. Big up to Arsenal. Um, Over there, we playing Washington Park. We ain't won no games yet, but I think after the day's practice, we well on our way to our first victory and shit. And you know, what else I was gonna say? But yeah, man, I got in late, man. It was just one of them days where everything just got pushed back. It's just been nonstop all day, man. You go to work, then you stop off, went to see my parents, and I came home, ate, ran right back out, went to go to practice, came right back in. As soon as I got back in, then the neighbor stopped me. Then we out there talking, then bam, now shit, it's almost 8:30. Let me get upstairs. Then I get upstairs talking to my wife. Then that's another 15, 20 minutes, which put me right where I'm at right now, 8:50. Now the show's supposed to start at 20 minutes ago. Okay. But, you know, it happens. So, what can you do? What can you do but keep moving forward? Um, so yeah, well, I really don't want to talk about the topic. I guess I'll do like a little whatever, man. But yo, it was some nigga got shot. I don't know if he got killed or not, but a nigga got shot because he put like too much mayonnaise on a motherfucking sandwich or some shit. The fuck is up with that? It was a nigga. Niggas is petty like that. Niggas will shoot a motherfucker for no reason at all. So apparently it was some altercation that happened because dude had too much mayonnaise on his sandwich, and then they get into it and he shoot the nigga. That's foul. You know, I'm assuming they caught him. I mean, 10 to 1, you're gonna go in no business like that if ain't no cameras there. So they probably got some footage. Alicia, what's good? What's going on?
Hey, what's to it?
Hey, I can't.
What's going on?
Same old shit, different day. Sitting over here. I just got in for practice. I got in a little late today, and I knew I was gonna be late. I just didn't want to put it out there. Ev said she was gonna be late too.
It was always late.
That's cool. I mean, shit, we all got shit to do. I ain't tripping. How was your
Yeah, man. I mean, it's Tuesday. Shit.
still early?
It's Tuesday. I'm chill. I just got back from Atlanta Sunday, so
How was it out there?
man, I had a ball. I was hanging out with my cousins. I had so much fun. I ain't never laughed and danced so hard. I can't remember the last time I laughed and danced so hard.
ATL, that's all right.
Yeah. It was pretty cool. It was pretty cool.
That'll work. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Mm-mm, mm-mm.
I see Brother Strapton came
Oh,
up.
the heartbeat. Heartbeat, front and center.
Johnny been going in. What's up, bro?
What's
Yeah,
going on?
I heard Eddie Kane was on Facebook cutting up.
Going
Cutting up,
in.
yeah.
I try to catch your lives, like damn near all of them when I can. And I was on my way home from softball, and you was talking about the video with the chick that got mad because the dude didn't buy McDonald's for all the kids. He only bought McDonald's for the one kid. And I'm like, what's up? I'm like, what's up with John? Why are we popping off? And I'm like, damn, I didn't know it was a video of it. So I go and I look up, and it's a video of this shit. And I come home and I ask my wife, I said, you heard about this shit? She said, yeah. I said, that is so fucked up.
Trash ass bitches.
How's she gonna get mad at the man for doing for his seed? That's his seed.
He ain't shit.
I don't get it. I've never, but see, it's like
I don't. So I think first of all, yeah, yeah. I think for me, I think that the way that she was behaving, it was more than just him bringing food, because she know from the video she said that he always does this. So my thing would be, why do you think that he should provide for your other three children? Like, it's nice if he does, but
yeah.
he's not entitled. He shouldn't be harassed. And then I kind of thought, my first thought was, when I saw her behaving like that, I'm like, man, I wonder if the fathers aren't around, is this the reason why? Because what she did essentially was, even if he was going to feed her children, her son that they had together, she essentially took the food and threw it in the fucking street. So not even that one child could eat.
Exactly.
And I think that maybe had she been a little bit more
Humble.
not only humble, but nicer, because the way she was talking to him was as if he really did some wrong shit, and he really, like, he didn't do shit wrong. He brought his son something to eat. He offered her. He said, "Okay, well, if you know, send him in the room." Well, I'm not sending him in the room. Well, send him out here where he can eat in the car. Right. So I can feed my child, but at the end of the day, like he said, where are their fathers, and why are you not fucking with them like you're fucking with me? So I'm thinking either she's fucked with the other dads like that, if there was more than one, if she's messed with them that way to the point that they just didn't want to deal anymore, or if she just fucked irresponsibly and had children with men who just were absent. But all of it was, like, to me, it was really unfair. It was unfair for her to post that man like that. And then I wonder if the children were around, if they saw this shit going on too, because you know, you put I think she put her son that she had with this man in a position where his other siblings are now looking at him, because if he seems to be, I'm here to show that you're not. So are you mad that y'all are not together? Because to me, it's something more than just that, and you're trying to show that he's not a good father, and what you would want to do as a mother. Like, I got divorced and I encouraged my ex-husband, even though I had full custody of my kids, we had custody, I shared custody. So he had the kids 1 year and I had them 1 year, until they decided that they didn't want to do that anymore. Then I kept them fully. But if the end goal is to make sure that your child has a relationship with the father, then nothing she did was beneficial to any of the kids. Because, like I said, had she been more nicer, had she been humble, had she even presented it differently, he may have would have helped. But also, you have to consider, you don't know if that man even could afford to feed anymore outside of himself. But even if he could, the expectation should not be, you know, that I have 3 other kids, you can't bring, or for one, I only made one with you. But the way that your behavior will not allow me to do anything extra, because you're acting like a insane person, like unreasonable. There's no way that you think that because I had a child with you and you had other children with other men, that I'm obligated to feed those children when I'm trying to feed my own.
Right. You're acting like a fucking brat, like you feel entitled that everybody, you know, or that not everybody, but definitely this particular man at the least should do for all of your kids, no matter who you had them with. And that's just not realistic. Usually, you know what, I'm not a father, so I can't say what men do. But I'm going to assume and say that the average man would be solely concerned for his child that he had with that kid or his children. Now, if all 4 of those kids was his, and he did that, then yeah, that's fucked up. But we talking about, it's identified that that's his child. The other 3 are not his children. That's those other men's responsibility to see that those kids get whatever. And then your rebuttal is, well, you know, I don't get my stamps until the 15th. So I'm like, oh, okay. Now it makes sense. You didn't say you get your check on the 15th, on the 11th. You said you get your fucking stamps on the 11th.
Don't call bullshit on that, because I know people that get stamps. And when you have children, and it has nothing to do with stamps. If you have children, like I've had a household full of kids, like I raised 4 by myself, right? You buy things that, like, you buy bread, you buy potatoes, you buy rice, you buy things that chicken. things that are inexpensive that can stretch, right? So even saying that, like the fact that she doesn't get her stamps doesn't say a lot, because she could say a check. But if you know that you have four, as a mother, and I was never a single parent because my kids always had their father. But as a mother who had two separate households, I always ensured that there was enough food in the house. That may not have been what you wanted all the time, but there was food in the house. So even to say that, because had he not brought food over, then what were
Oh, you blinking out, Alicia.
was your backup plan, right? Were you depending on him to bring everybody food? And then even with that bullshit, she said it at the beginning before he even stepped out the car. She said he does this shit all the time. He only buys for his son and never buys for the other one. So you know, before you start this shit, that this is what he do all the time. He's not doing anything different. So in my mind, what you either you don't give a shit, so you're gonna torture the other three and not cook shit for them, or here's what you could do: you can feed the other ones, send the younger boy down, because I wouldn't want my children, not to have the same food that their sibling had.
Right.
So I would definitely have them, go downstairs and see your father. I wouldn't even say your father's downstairs, go see him, right? And feed the other ones. Or you can feed all of them and tell them, no, I got this. I already fed him. That's okay. I appreciate you, but he's already eaten. Thanks. Has she been nice enough? I don't think he seems like a very nice guy. So I would think that had she said, hey, can you just buy something that I can cook?
Right.
For everybody, because I don't, because right now I'm kind of short, and they all need to eat. I don't think from the video, I don't know him personally, but I don't gather from the video that he would have been unreasonable. But again, I have a lot of questions as to where these other children's fathers are. If they're not present, is it because of her behaviors?
I think so.
Because the way that she's behaving would make a man say fuck it. Like, she literally took the food the man brought for his son and threw it in the street after she said give it here.
So you let your son, I'm gonna say this a little bit, John. I want to hear from you, bro, because you did a whole live about it, and I know you didn't made a lot of good points. I only caught, like I said, about a good 10, maybe 15 minutes of it. But I think that just to kind of piggyback on what you just said, Alicia, that's the difference between. See, the thing is, you got a lot of baby mamas and not enough mothers out here. Now, when I think of mother, I think of my mother. We talking about basically what it comes down to is a responsible woman. They know that they have these children. They know that their kids need to eat. They need to wash. They need to do all these things. And the mother's going to ensure, a mother, mind you, is going to ensure that happens, whether the child's father is there or not. That's what a mother would do. Now, baby mama, this whole shit that these motherfuckers is doing, that's a whole different ball game. They looking to get whoever they can to come and take care of what they're responsible for. So you made this kid suffer. This kid couldn't get basically a meal from his pops because you on some petty shit and you jealous hearted because what he choose to do with his money for his son. Now, you telling me that you couldn't scrape up a couple of dollars to get McDonald's for your 3 kids, or work out a deal or pull his coattails, then you take and put it all over social media like you trying to put him on blast like he's such a bad dude. But see, that's why nobody want to deal with your ass, because of your funky ass attitude. That was both. You know what I'm saying? Nobody wants to, but see, it ain't just her though. It ain't just her. It's a lot of these bras that's just like her that have this false sense of entitlement that sit up there and they think that, okay, well, my job is just to fuck. And then the dude is gonna pay all the bills. He gonna fucking take care of all my kids.
Let me say this though, that woman didn't just get like that after she had that baby. Like that. She was like that already. So the responsibility is that of the man too. I've never considered myself a baby mama. Like, to me, that's a fucking insult to call people baby mama and baby daddy. It's insulting, right? It's a horrible title to have. But when you talk, just like the women you talk about, even when you talk about, I think we talked a few episodes about men, right? A man got 5 or 6 children. even if he taking care of them and he working a $15 an hour job, he can't properly provide for 5 or 6 children, right? Or you meet the man that got 5 or 6 children that he don't take care of, but you decide you want to make another baby with him. You can't then decide that he ain't shit. He wasn't shit when you met him. She wasn't shit when you met her. She was popping the same shit. You know, she had a fat ass, pussy was good, so now you fucking. But now you done made a baby with this person, and now you're stuck, right? You're stuck with a person. Not only is it gonna make your life hell, but this is the person that's going to teach your child, right? So we have to be responsible collectively on who we procreate with, because who you're making these babies with, like, I don't give a shit what nobody says, you know, whatever she's doing now, those children see. And that's going to affect how they view women and how they view relationships, or even how they actively communicate with other people, right? And so you have made a baby with somebody that is not only irresponsible, because I agree with you, Kanar. Like, when I think about my mother worked 3 fucking jobs when my father wouldn't help. I've never not had food. I went to Catholic school, elementary, and I went to all girls Catholic high school. I didn't wear like my mother. We had the best of everything, but I know that my mother struggled. I remember her working those 3 jobs, but I've never went hungry. We've always had like we've always had the stuff that we're supposed to have, plus some of the shit that we wanted. Mm-hmm. When you can't provide your child food and you take to social media thinking that the mentality that she had was, I'm gonna show everybody that he ain't shit, mm-hmm. But you didn't give any thought to in fact showing that, bitch, you ain't shit. You just showed everybody that you ain't shit. Because how sorry are you if you gotta go fuck to make sure your kids eat? And I'm not advocating prostitution, but I'm saying, as a mother, if my children were hungry, if I needed to fuck somebody I didn't want to deal with to make sure that they ate, if I needed to steal, whatever I needed to do to ensure that at least I could go hungry, but at least they ate, then I would do that. But when you take to social media, instead of saying, hey man, because he seems like a good guy, hey, you know, I'm a little out of sorts. You know, can you just pick up some chicken fat, some shit that I can cook to cover whatever you're gonna spend on McDonald's, whatever you're gonna spend on there? Can you just buy a couple of things so that I can cook dinner and have it stretched for 2 days? Right. I don't think that he would have been opposed to that, but the way that she did that shit, she knew he was gonna come with that one child. She knew he was gonna do it because she said he does it every time. And so now you take the social media to show us that you a piece of shit. But like, you're a piece of shit, you're trash, you're garbage.
You know what, Alicia, I just thought about this, and I want to hear from John, because I know, John, I know you on fire, bro. But look, you know what, she probably got mad, and I'm probably speculating, but it make good sense. These baby mamas, they don't have no fucking skill. She wasn't trying to cook shit. That's the benefit of McDonald's. She might even had a house full of fucking food and just didn't want to cook. And so she would have much rather him go and get the McDonald's, so to make her shit easier, because that's their mentality, is that I want to make shit easier for me. I ain't trying to cook. I ain't trying to do this. I ain't trying to do that. So at least if he get McDonald's, that's one less meal that I got to give to these kids. You see what I'm saying? See, a lot of these kids be malnourished in these houses. And you got these mothers over here that be having $600, $700, $800, $900 in link, and the kids be malnourished. Inexcusable, because they taking, they'll sell some of the link. You know, they've been doing that shit forever. They'll go in and sell this so they can get cash, so they can go and buy whatever they want to buy, whether it's fucking hair, whether it's cigarettes.
Even when you talk about kids being malnourished, like, even if you spend money, like, we are America in general, we're the most obese and the most malnourished because we eat food that is not really food. So even when you talk about food stuff, if you're buying that quick meals, that microwavable shit, there's no nutritional value in that either. So you are essentially feeding that ramen noodles, anything that's microwavable, they're not getting the benefit of any nutrients in there. So you're, like you said, you're just, anything that's quick and easy for you to do, that's what they're getting.
Right. But see, this is what they choose to do, because they're too fucking lazy and trifling to cook a meal. This is what these kids are coming up under. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like with our parents. Our parents, that's all they know. Like, I can go to my mother, I can go to my mother-in-law. They cook more than they eat out.
Same with your father-in-law wasn't just looking at a fat ass when they fuck. You know what I'm saying? So
there was something else there. It's right. Because they were domestic. Like, from my era women going forward, they don't fucking cook. No, they much rather eat out. you know, because it's easier. And so that includes this broad. This broad was probably, I don't know, she might have been 20s, 30s, whatever. But anytime that you tripping that hard over some fucking McDonald's, as cheap as this shit is, it's probably because you didn't feel like cooking. So you take it out on this man, and then you penalize your son for it because of your trifling ass. Now, you know what? I'm gonna take a break on that because I can go all fucking night with this shit. Johnny, help me out, bro. What you got?
Man, I was enjoying listening to y'all too. I agree with everything that y'all doggone said. Like without, let me try not to repeat what y'all said, but probably the most, like if it was, excuse me, I think most people, if there was a house full of kids, most people would be like, okay, I'll go get something. It's not your responsibility. You have no obligation to do so, but just out of the kindness of your heart, we talking about kids. But by the same token, if you talk to me sideways, bitch, fuck those kids. I'm getting something for my son, and I'm not gonna feel bad about it because this is a lesson that you need to learn. You need to learn at some point, hopefully sooner rather than later, that but you need to be appreciative. If you're not appreciating what I'm doing, that means you're gonna expect this shit. If I buy you food fucking Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, you're gonna be looking at me like, it's 3:00. Where the fuck you at?
Right.
Wait, bitch. Hold on for a second. I don't check in with you. I was being nice. Mm-hmm. All she had to do was eat a little bit of humble pie and be like, look, I fucked up my money. I didn't whatever, blah, blah, whatever sob story she gonna give. Okay. Even if dude was gonna bitch at her and be like, look, that's trifling as fuck. You ain't shit, but here, take this little $50 and stop being a raggedy bitch.
Easy.
Cool. If all you gotta do is be called a raggedy bitch so your kids can eat, okay, you're a raggedy bitch today. First of all, it's true. But if that's all you got to go through, like if all I got to go, if I ain't got no goddamn money and my kids need to eat and I got to borrow some money from whoever the fuck I can't stand, it'd be like, you punk ass nigga, you ain't even no real man.
But you still got
okay, cool. I'm not. Can I get that $50 though? I know I'm an ain't shit nigga. Can I get that $50 though?
Right.
Please.
Right.
Eat some humble pie. But this is fucking crazy. So this, when people keep saying that he should have done it just out of goodness of his heart.
Oh, fuck that.
I say fuck that because she has to learn that lesson because they don't stop here.
To me, even that is, to me, that even saying that is so entitled. Like he should have done that, but why does he have to have a kind heart to somebody who obviously doesn't even respect him at all? Like you don't respect that he, at the very least, if he came and fed his child, like that was one less child that you had to feed. So even like I saw a lot of women on the app today saying that, you know, you can't buy for one, buy for all, and blah blah blah. But essentially, you know, and I don't want to sound no judgment on any woman, but you chose to have, I don't know how many fathers these children have, or how many men, you know, how many more baby father, I hate the word baby father, how many fathers that are in these children.
4 kids.
But you should have chose, like, it is not my responsibility because you made a bad decision to fuck with niggas,
right, that
either you've driven away or that just weren't shit to begin with, right? So you made these bad life decisions, or you've driven these men away, because I'm going to assume that her behavior is the reason why she probably couldn't call the others, because her behavior has made them say, I don't want to fuck with that bitch. She's stupid and she does shit like post shit on Facebook. I don't want to deal with her, right? So I'm gonna assume that. I could be wrong, but judging from her behavior, I'm just gonna assume that that's the type of person she is. And women have the tendency, and they have some women have the tendency and the belief that because I have children with you, I can fucking abuse you. Because I have children with you, I can talk shit to you. I can talk down to you. You're supposed to be at my beck and call, and you're supposed to do what I want you to do. A woman who has children with a man and she no longer desires him, and what she wants for her children is what's best for them, she wouldn't do that, right? So I'm gonna also assume that she has some kind of feelings for that man. She's salty about, she might be in a relationship. She might want him back. It's something else going on there, because I'm speaking as a mother, and I'm speaking as somebody who was divorced from my children's father. I've never, even to date, I always, have you called your father? Have you talked to your father? I don't even talk to my ex-husband. I haven't talked to my ex-husband in like 4 or 5 years. Do you call your father? You know, how's your father doing? Do you need to go down there and see him? What's going on with your father? When was the last time you talked to your dad? Call your father. Don't, your father's called you several times. Call him back. I'm that type of parent. I believe that that's important. So when you behave like that, and that's the posture you take, and you're on social media, I'm gonna assume that your shit is way worse than that, because you're putting your best foot forward to show somebody how ain't shit he is, right? So all the shit that she doing that we saw that we like, man, that bitch crazy. That's her best foot forward. That's her best shit. Like, real talk, that's her best shit, because if you think about it, she's trying to show us how he ain't shit. Right. She's trying to show. That's the first thing she said. She said, I'm gonna whole damn day. I'm gonna show y'all he ain't shit. Everybody think you such a good father. Bitch, you just aired out your own dirty laundry. Right. And you did it trying to expose him. You made him look good, but again, you're not behaving like you would regularly behave, because this is your best behavior. If that was her best behavior, my nigga, I could understand. I could have understood if he had threw that shit in her face, because you're rude, you're loud, and you're wrong at the same damn time, and your children are probably looking at this. And she doing it in front of her kids, probably. That's my point. That's my point. That's my point. And what are you showing his son? And what are you showing your other children? And what kind of relationships are you sowing between the siblings when you do shit like that?
I think I want to hear from Will. And by the way, Will, hey, good to have you here, brother. How you been, man?
Hey,
I'm
Will.
good, man. I'm good. I've been good. I saw that video too. That was sad, man. Very sad. Very sad and unfortunate. I ain't gonna go in like Judge. He already went in. I mean, it's sad that people got resort to that. I just think people just need to speak their feelings. She hurt. She should say that first.
I mean, but motherfucker,
I messed up.
But
what can I do to salvage my mistakes? I think if people did that more often, they could get the assistance that they need.
But see, you a man. You a man talking.
That's true.
Don't start that woman man shit. Don't start that.
It's some women that would do it.
You know what? Right.
I met some women that would break. They'll say it. You know what I'm saying? I think foolish pride of a man. I think that's for all. So it just depends on who the person is. And some people will hold on to their deathbed on foolishness.
Right.
It doesn't matter how long she probably would go to her grave thinking she's correct.
Right.
No matter what somebody say to her or do to her, that's just the way she feel. I mean, her feelings is incorrect. She's actually displaying way more emotion than she should be.
Over petty shit.
It's really out of content. Actually, when people sit back and look at it, that's really weird.
That shit.
You talking to a man that's bringing one of your kids' fathers trying to do something for you, and it's weird. You all out of place.
Right.
All you had to do is take in thank you. Appreciate it.
Showing no fucking respect.
You want to talk to little Johnny? You want to take him over there? You want to holler at him right quick? What is all that motion? I think it makes a person look bad if they could look deeper than the surface.
If you're too fucking arrogant to admit that when you're wrong, that's a problem.
That's true.
High strung and high and mighty to say I made
some people in life believe protection. People mind believe I can fuck up as many times I want to, and I just need somebody to clean it up for me.
Nah. See, but you know what? That's why we need Eb here. Because Eb was talking about that. Eb was talking about you just said protection. Eb was talking about.
That's what they think protection is.
But we had, right. I agree. But we had a whole big thing about Black women are saying that we're not protecting them. Okay.
Well, so what she said was, and I agree with her, the protection has conditions. And I think that the point that you and John were making was that she shouldn't have been behaving like a man and blah, blah, blah. But I've grown up with uncles and fathers and I'm gonna tell y'all something. I'm real, keep 100 with y'all. I didn't jump on a nigga too.
I knew it.
We knew that already.
In all fairness, I had a bunch of brothers.
Them short little women always the worst. I'm telling you.
Terrorized by my brothers and my cousins. I'm just gonna tell you. I had to learn how to fend for myself. My brother literally kicked my teeth out the front of my face. when I was younger. I literally have broken my arm, busted my head. So I had to, you know, I had to learn how to get with them because they was tearing me up. But I've in my younger years.
Cleaning it up.
I've hit men in my younger years, and the last time I hit a guy, I had to be like 17, between 17 and 19.
Okay.
And this
I'm
guy
lying. It
had,
was Thursday.
no,
like it's
but
Thursday.
I keep my hands to
You like
myself.
somebody pissed off, she will.
You know, my great uncle told me a long time ago, everybody keep their hands to themselves, right? I was always raised that we weren't taught that men didn't hit women. That's not what I was taught, right? I was taught that everybody keep their hands to themselves because if we start hitting, we just get hit, right? But I also had men in my family and my point to y'all is this, like I hit this guy, right? I hit him, I jumped, I was like on that nigga like a spider monkey.
That's fucked up.
And,
but go ahead.
Right, yeah.
Yeah, like a spider monkey.
I'm just telling y'all because I want to do a full disclaimer that I was, and I can't remember because it was so long ago, but I think I was the aggressor. I think he had said something pissed me off, and I think I had jumped.
That means you were. That's a yes.
I probably was.
Right.
And so I remember he either pushed me, he didn't like really hit me. He may have slapped me or either pushed me off of him. And I called my brother and my father.
Okay.
And the first thing that my brother and my father said, when I called both of them, they said, "What did you do?"
I would have said, "Did you hit him first?" So that's
no. They said that was what did you do? What did you do? They knew exactly. They knew they knew me, right? They said, "What did you do?" I told them exactly what I did. And what my dad and my brother both said was, "You had no business putting your hands on that man."
Okay.
Then they told the guy, "She ain't got no business putting her hands on you, but if you hit her again, we gonna have to kill you." Right?
Fair enough.
So I've never, like I agree that I agree, and after that time I've never hit a man. But I agree that a woman should never put herself in a position well, I got a gun now, pew pew, but
But I
don't put myself, I don't argue with a man. I can't fight a man. I'm very clear about that. But at the same time, what that man did walking up on her, I ain't gonna lie, like I wouldn't have turned my back on him. I would have stood there and let him do what he was doing. I probably would have called my uncles, my brother, my daddy, my cousins, because at the same time, no man should feel that comfortable getting in any woman's space like that, black or white or whatever. You're really comfortable with invading a woman's space like that. And so that's not anything that you have not done before.
But do you think that she could have whooped him?
Huh?
Do you think that she could have whooped his ass?
No, I don't think she could have.
All right, so what I'm saying is that since she can't whoop his ass, retreat from the situation and make whatever phone call, do whatever you're gonna do. That's all I'm saying.
But I'm gonna say this to that. Like I wouldn't have, like I said, I wouldn't have left because I'm not walking backwards and I'm not turning my back on him because he was aggressing her. So essentially,
turn your back. No.
But what I'm saying is that the way his position and his posturing, he's coming towards her, right? So even if she backing up, he was coming towards her. So my thing is, nigga,
he was moving towards him. Remember, he was bent over like the way you taunt a little kid, like you can't.
No, but at the end, but the second video, he was standing erect. He was walking towards her, yelling.
This is after she kept walking towards him, right?
Yeah, I think she was back off the playground. And so at that point, she was back off the playground and he was walking towards her. To me, and the men in my life, like definitely you don't hit a man, but you don't approach a woman like that. Like nigga, at the end of the day, you know she can't whoop you, right? So what the fuck, what are you looking to gain by doing the shit that you're doing?
Hey, you got some
Hey, we say the same thing. Okay. So this is the problem. You can't have it both ways. If you want to play in the females world, you have to stay in the females world. Right. Staying in the females world means recognizing that I can't whoop you, so I'm just going to leave this situation and ain't got nothing to do with it. The second you want to stand here toe to toe to me, oh, now you said you want to play in the man's world.
But I think that my thing with you saying standing toe to toe, me not leaving is not me standing toe to toe. You have no fucking no. I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you why. Because let me tell you why. Because if I'm standing out in the park somewhere, and a man come up to me and he talking shit, I'm not standing toe to toe to you because I won't leave. I have a right to be. You're in my fucking space, right? So if
No.
let's say if I'm gonna tell you why. Because at any point, if my brother, my uncle, my cousins, my father, if I'm standing there minding my own fucking business, and some man walking over there hollering and being aggressive with me, the first thing my brother gonna do, they're gonna beat his ass. Why are you over here? Like, what are you hoping to gain? Because I can't whoop you. What are you over here doing, right? And if I shoot him or tase him, then you got what the fuck you deserve. Why are you in my space? I have a right to be where I want to be. And me going toe to toe to you, going toe to toe would be like me saying, you talking shit to me and I'm coming, yeah, motherfucker, blah, 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 woo, wop, you, bam. That's not the same thing. If
that's a woman's perspective. That's a woman's perspective. Yeah. In the man's world, once the shit is on, the shit is on. Either leave this area or we gonna throw these hands. There is no across the street.
No, that's some bitch shit.
That's
some bitch shit. Because why? Oh. What are you? Because if you know that if I know I can't whoop you, you know I can't whoop you. Why the fuck you over here fucking with me?
Don't think
that's some bitch shit.
But as I just said, that Alicia, it's people out here that's bullies. Look,
but what John just said was a woman's place and a man's place. My place, I don't have shit to do with it. I don't have to move because you're aggressive. That doesn't mean that I'm trying to go toe to toe with you. If I'm minding my business, let me tell you something. And this is just me. I'm confrontational a little bit sometimes. If I'm standing some motherfucking where and a nigga walk up to me popping shit, I'm not motherfucking moving. There's no reason for me to move. I'm not aggressive.
So you're escalating the situation.
That is escalating the situation.
By definition, you're escalating the situation.
But I'm not putting myself in a man's position. That's a punk.
No, I'm not saying that.
I got something to hold him. I got something to hold him. I got something to hold him. But what I'm saying is that I'm not going toe to toe with the man because I'm not moving when he's aggressing me.
Alicia, I don't think that I could whoop Mike Tyson's ass. I don't think I could do it. In my best shape, in my best day, when I'm my youngest, fittest.
So you gonna let Mike Tyson bully you?
I don't think I could whoop Mike Tyson. Listen to what I'm saying. I don't think I could whoop Mike Tyson's ass. But if Mike Tyson walks up to me and says, "Hey, little nigga, who the fuck you think you is?" I have a decision to make. If I stay here, all that does is escalate the situation.
Straight up.
That's not putting yourself in a fight position. Oh, if I make the choice, if I decide, man, fuck that, I'm not going nowhere. I'm not putting myself in a man position. Nigga, you just not gonna tell me what the fuck to do.
That's what they do on the back of the plane. The dude that'll sit behind Mike Tyson on the back of the plane, he didn't move either.
But he was fucking with Mike. Excuse me. He was fucking with Mike. He was
told me to leave him alone.
He was bothering Mike. He wasn't. But my thing is, I don't have to move because you're acting an ass, and that doesn't mean that I'm going toe to toe with you because I won't move. That's just how I am. That's how I roll. That's how I am. I don't fuck with nobody, and I don't want nobody fucking with me. But if you come over here and fuck with me, I'm gonna give you a problem.
All right, but look, Alicia, for real.
What?
On some real shit. Look,
on some player shit.
On some player shit. Just cause you not
that's actually dangerous.
Real shit. That's
I get that.
Because this motherfuckers out here gotta just pull it for no reason. They don't even
that's dangerous. That's almost like somebody running up on you and try to carjack you. You just give them the car.
They can have my car, but if you're aggressing, if you're coming towards me and you're aggressing me, I have a right to defend myself because at that point you're fucking aggressing me.
You have a right to make a decision. That doesn't mean that I'm acting like. But that does not mean that I'm putting myself in the man's position because I decided, nigga, you not gonna come over here and be barking at me like a motherfucker. If it's a man,
you are because you're.
I'm not. I'm gonna shoot and call my cousins and my brothers and my daddy and my uncle. I don't have to be bothered with nobody bullying me. I don't deal with bullies. You're not gonna bully me. I'm not gonna deal with bullies. And I don't consider myself damaged.
She thinks chicken bang bang.
I'm saying they gotta get there. Everybody you gonna call gotta get there first.
They gotta get there.
Nigga, I ain't got to get there. I ain't got to get. First of all, I ain't got to get shit. There. I got on the Apple Watch all the time, and I carry something in my purse all the time to hold you, baby.
You gotta get to that too.
I got my purse. What are you talking about?
Okay, let me say something. Let me say.
I don't see it over 5 feet down.
I'm 5'2.5" on a good day. But look, my point is not to aggress. My point is simply to say that it's not. I'm not putting
everything.
I'm not putting myself. I don't look to fight nobody, right? But I'm really not. Like, I'm too old to fight. I don't do all that shit, right? But if I'm standing somewhere and I feel like somebody's coming at me crazy, I'm not. You're gonna have to do a lot more than just woof and bark at me for me to fucking move, right? And if
Alicia, does it take anything away from you?
No, I'm not saying that it
wait,
does.
let me ask my question. Somebody comes up to you and they talking reckless. They talking on some slick shit. You ain't shit. You a punk asshole motherfucker. Does it take anything away from you to just leave the situation and completely ignore this motherfucker?
No, and if it's just that, if it's just that, I don't give a shit about it. Man, I'll be like, go ahead on, right? But my thing is, I guess my biggest issue is that he was coming towards her. And for me, that's aggressive. That's aggressive behavior. Hey, you call me a punk bitch all day long. I call somebody over there for you. I ain't got nothing for that. But the walking towards is what is concerning to me, because, you know, let's say she did walk away or she started to retreat or whatever, and he grabbed hold of her. Then what? So my thing is always
defend yourself. Now you have to defend yourself.
But see, that's my point. Like, when somebody is aggressing me, see, talking for me is not aggression, right? You can call me a bald head bitch for all I care, right? I don't give a shit. Look, I can't whoop you, and I don't give a fuck. I talk about your mammy. I'll tell you mama pussy stink, all kind of shit. I don't care about that, right? But when you start coming towards me as if, and this is a natural instinct for me being short, right? And for me having brothers, when you start coming towards me, I know I got T-Rex arms, and I know I can't run. And I know I probably got 5 minutes of good fight in me before I just start wheezing, right? So I have to make a decision. I have to do something to you, because you're walking towards me. I can't purport to know what's on your mind. But as a big ass man, you coming towards me means that you might attempt to hurt me. So I can't retreat. I'm gonna have to shoot you. I'm gonna have to tase you. Some gotta go.
So the longer you engage with him, do you think that increases or decreases your chance of physical altercation?
It increases, but I'm not saying engaging. What I'm saying to you is that anytime that somebody is actively walking towards me and talking to me in a hostile manner, that's an act of aggression for me, right? Just for me. I ain't saying for no other woman, for nobody. For me,